look at it, and it, you know, it doesn't sound like a cheap guitar, does it? It's a proper, affordable guitar from Epiphone, and as we know, these are really well made. It's really nice, fun guitar. Really nice, fun guitar. Hi everyone, thank you for clicking through. Today we're going to share with you another bag of fresh guitar that's just arrived in the studio. This one's come from our friends at Peach Guitars, and they've included this nice little setup checklist. So they've obviously gone through it. As you can see, the bag's open, so they've obviously gone through it and checked a little box, a little cool, nice little touch, so that we know that they've looked at it. And put it back in its original bag, which is nice. If little reference if you've seen one of our other films. So let's get it out anyway and have a look. Seeing it for the first time. This is the first time I've unbagged it, so I'm seeing it for the first time, as are you. It's an Epiphone, inspired by Gibson Les Paul Junior. How exciting. Wow, it's a nice colour. Ooh, I'm speechless for a second. I will remember to talk in a minute, don't worry. Do you know what strikes me? I'm just looking at the colour on the back. It's a really nice shade of mahogany brown. Chunky weight. It's got a nice bit of weight to that. Yeah, not heavy. Well, I'm guessing 8 pounds, just a tad over 8 pounds. I don't know why. I mean, it's not one of my superpowers, guessing the weight of guitars. I know if they're over 10 pounds, because they're fucking heavy. But beyond that, I know if they feel comfortable, and that's about it. That's about the strength of my guitar weight guessing skills. So they've slackened the strings off at Peach to ship it. I won't tune it up. I'll tune it up in a second. Let's just go through it. It's got a nice figuring. It's nice. It feels good. It looks good. Nice paint job, really nice finish, totally smooth. Yeah, nice. Really nice chunky pick guard. It's got the standard control layout of Juniors, which is 1 volume, 1 tone. Single wraparound bridge. You can feel that grub screw's loose there. I've learnt from when we reviewed the Les Paul Special to check these straight away and tighten them up. We hear stories of them being missing on arrival because they've worked their way loose. These were both loose, so yeah, you want to watch that. It's a bit annoying that, because if one of these comes out and you lose it in the box, you're not going to find it. And the last thing you want to be doing is trying to find a replacement grub screw. You might want to set your guitar up and alter the intonation. You almost certainly will if that sort of, that's the sort of thing you do, and you won't be able to do that if one of the grub screws is missing. So it's got the historically correct white button tuners. These are Epiphone Deluxe, handcrafted in China. Same as the other all the inspired by Gibson range. Pretty much the same as the Gibson version would be, in terms of it's the same shape, it's the same construction. The neck is quite flat. We'll measure it. We'll put the specs in the film later on. We'll measure the pickup output as well, and we'll have a look inside the control cavity and see what's going on there. But for now, first impressions, that's a nice little guitar. I'm looking forward to tuning this up and playing it and see what it sounds like. Big open sound. You can hear it already. In fact, I can tell you it's got more initial open, unplugged spank to it than the Gibson Les Paul Junior that we kind of reviewed last week. I bought these two guitars at the same time, specifically for the purpose of comparing them. So following this, maybe not next week because I've got something else, but maybe the week after, there'll be a comparison between this Epiphone Les Paul Junior and the Gibson original series Les Paul Junior. That film's already on the channel. You can check that out. Watch this one first and then go and check out the link that I'll put on the end for the Gibson Les Paul Junior. Which hasn't got off to a very good start, to be honest with you. If you've seen that video, you'll see what I mean. But check that out anyway. But this is a different beast. It's a proper, affordable guitar from Epiphone, and as we know, these are really well made, and they're cheaper versions. The body, this is a veneer that they put on the body. It's a mahogany body, and they but it's a number of different pieces, and it's not book matched or it's not very attractive. So they put this veneer on the back and the front to cover it up. And as long as they do it straight, like they have on this one, you know, it's not unattractive. It's interesting to see the sunburst paint, they've only really gone up to the top edge there, so that's interesting. You'd normally see it, you know, it's sprayed all over the sides, but anyway, the paint on this is just on the top. But it's a great finish. This, you know, it's a poly finish, so it's obviously easier to work with than the nitrous cellulose that Gibson have such problems with. But anyway, looking at this, so let's see what it sounds like. Single P90. A lot of people think, oh, that's, you know, it's just one pickup. It's going to restrict my playing. But my experience is that couldn't be further from the truth. When you've only got the one pickup to work with, it obviously encourages you to explore the possibilities and find out what these two things here are, which I never used to do. I always used to have them on, both on 10, off you go. And if you want a different sound, you can flick that switch in the middle and you've got two other options, which is, you know, is generally enough for most people. So we'll try and explore these. Obviously you got, you know, your full chat open, you got this. I've just got a drive pedal on, a Klon KTR, in front of this Fender Deluxe Reverb II. What you could do is you just clean it up just by backing off the volume. Back off the tone a bit as well, so it's not quite so harsh. So I'll stick a loop down, and then I'll mess around a little bit, and we'll try and you know, give an idea of what's here. I'm not going to touch the pedals in this section at all, so any changes in the sound come from the guitar alone. that's enough of that. It's got lots of different things going on. So the tone control pretty much works throughout the range, which is great. So you can go really dark, which with, you know, with maybe stick a bit of a big muff on it, you'll get this endless sustain. Great fun, and obviously without the muff on, then you've got, you're starting there and it's gradually waking up. You've got this real nice honking. A bit more. On this guitar, I thought the action was a little bit high, so ideally it would be about 1/32 on the treble side and about 3/64 on the bass side. I don't know if you can see, but that it is a little bit high, so I'm going to lower the bridge a little bit. Now, if you're going to do this, make sure that you loosen the strings off properly first. Do not skip that and try and do it with the tension on them, because you'll mess it up. You'll mess up these slots in these bridge posts. It's essential that you get a proper fitting screwdriver for this. Do not try and use keys or something else that you've got handy. Now it's trial and error, so half a turn at a time is a good place to start. And then we'll measure again and see where that's taken us. Tighten the strings up again properly. And let's measure. 1/32, that looks better. 3/64, yeah, that's a pretty good guess. Now, let's measure the pickup output. So, it looks like we've got 8.69 ohms, which is, you know, fairly hot. It's 8.68 now, by the way. It's gone down one. The neck measurements, the width at the nut is 1.683. The width at the 12th fret is 2.076. The depth at the 1st fret is 0.810. And the depth at the 12th fret is 0.959. I also thought I'd measure the pickup height. It looks to be about 1/2 inch or about 7mm. There's no adjustment on this pickup, so the only way you can adjust that is either by lowering the action, or you can raise the pole pieces a little bit. And let's have a look at the control cavity. There you go, we've got CTS pots, it's hand wires, and that looks like an orange drop capacitor in there as well. There you go. That is really nice, fun guitar. Really nice, fun guitar. For £299 I paid for this. It's pretty amazing, really. What Epiphone can make for that. You look at it, and it, you know, it doesn't sound like a cheap guitar, does it? It's The only thing on this, and I noticed this with one of the others that I did recently, is the scratch plate. It sort of seems out of place, really. It seems like a really rough, cheap bit of plastic they bunged on. It's almost it's the only thing that feels cheap, and it's really unimportant, because obviously you scratch that up anyway, and you can easily get these for a couple of quid on eBay and change it to, you know, change this to a tortoiseshell one or something. That look really cool. It's cool. I like it. No, it's a really nice little guitar. It's a nice weight as well, as I said. There's the old sticker on the back, made in China, or handcrafted in China. Great little guitar, I think. So the plan is with this, we're going to do a comparison in the coming weeks with this and the Gibson original Les Paul Junior, which is about £1,000 more. So that'll be interesting, won't it? See how they stack up together, proper back to back. We'll check the sounds, and we'll check all the stats, and we'll compare. So there you go. If you're still here, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate that. If you haven't already, do please subscribe and join in the future fun. I've got some interesting things that I think you might enjoy. Stick around and see where we go from here, eh? Okay, cheers for now. Bye.